Welcome to Chaos Chamber, where Grizz is all fired up tonight. He is on cloud 9 to begin with. I'm expecting him to putter out by about 9:30 and hit a wall, sleep by 10, and we'll see how it goes from there. I'll tell you what, we got a delayed start. What do you say we just jump right into her today? Quick backstory and go. So with that said, picking up on last session, after 2 sessions of battling within this Phve cave, you chased your way down below the lower levels of the cavern, tentatively making peace with this Phve, calling out your name is related, some type of relation to Kavarin, at which point you lured him to the back of the chamber before all hell broke loose, at which point Warwick nearly killed and drug unconscious, pulled away, Amrook making a break for the room, jumping in, getting through pure darkness, then fighting a battle of himself, and that's where we picked up last time, at which point the battle continued to engage in this lower room. It turned into a little bit of a game of chase as you guys went through this massive cavern that turned into some difficulty, and in doing so, multiple party members going down. And right about last time, we had 2 near deaths between Warwick and Adrin. However, just in time, Chamb3r managed to pop in, having kept an eye on his brother Adrin, and resurrecting him. Warwick returning as well. You guys re-engaging with the Phve, which circled around, at which point he then disappeared off the map a little bit. You guys slowly... after beating Amrook 2.0, Amrook retrieved the real axe, having seen the room materialize, as well as a few others, at which point you guys began making your way towards the exit, the Phve stalking you from multiple points, slowly chipping away at him here and there, but also him chipping away at you, a few party members going down, before finally you guys managed to surround him, get him pinned down, and take him down long enough to officially put him out of his misery. And at that point, did a little bit of gathering at the end of the last session, a little bit of investigation, but we'll pick up there. So welcome everybody to another session of Chaos Chamber, and let the chaos ensue. Welcome, guys. I'm excited. Not as excited as Grizz, of course, but excited in general.
I'm all sorts of fired up and shit. Let's do this.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and move you guys over to the lowered lair, and we can pick up on spot. Reed, of course, still up with his pairs, having watched the kobold slowly disappear in the tunnel again, and no longer on high alert. And the rest of you are down below in the caves. What do you want to do?
We already did a quick search of the room, right? And then I think we were gonna go check on Reed.
Yeah, you guys did a quick perception check of everything, grabbed a few items. And then, that was the plan.
So, maybe we should all go together and check on Reed.
Garrett, I'm going to take a very good mental note of the entire room. Like, everybody sees, like, Chamb3r, like, staring at one wall, the pictures on the wall, stares at another one, just for, like, a couple seconds, and
all right.
Recording it to memory with his keen mind.
What time is it?
It's about 1:27 right now.
And which way is north?
One that way.
Griswold's just gonna start marching up and heading on. I'll mention that to Archnag as well, because I'm assuming he's wanting to head up with us, and we'll keep rolling.
All right, you guys make your way. You can find a couple ropes that are dangling down here at this point, and with plenty of time, no checks needed. You're able to make your way up, getting everybody up there safely as you need to.
As we get to the top, do we, assuming that this isn't already putting us out to the entrance of the cave, once we get to the top portion of the cave, we hear anything, sense anything? Do we see any creatures floating around?
So first and foremost, is everybody going up to check on Reed? Anyone staying back? The whole group moving in unison? How are you guys? going about this as you're making this climb, just for my reference.
Emmerich suggested that we all stick together.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
agree
think
with his suggestion.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
we got everything, right?
I agree.
We got it. Is there any need for us to be down here any longer?
Let me just give me one.
And you guys, I made a note just for clarity. You guys did do a quick search of the room. Not a strong investigation, but a quick overlook. You guys grabbed everything that was brought up. So it's entirely up to you. But yeah, you guys do have everything that was discussed last time.
Okay. So just for everyone's reference, there's a longbow, deep red, covered in feathers and bones. From here we have a halberd, gold sun near the handle. That's with me at the moment. We also have 3 scrolls unidentified. We have 2 ointments unidentified, 4 potions also unidentified, and obviously the axe that Amrook has, and whatever gold and silver, whatever it was, I can't remember. I don't think we actually. I'm just looking. Did I post? No. All right. So I don't think we found any gold and silver technically from this area. We found some other things like some items. 1 second.
Then I'm gonna say, yeah, we are traveling together on our way up to look for Reed. If we have to come back down later, we can come back down and do a more thorough investigation.
I agree. Okay. We found some items that were worth a certain amount, a spell book and some other stuff, but we did not find any technical gold and silver, but some stuff that was worth a lot. Shit.
Yep.
So,
okay.
Griswold's.
So, coming up the surface, Reed, you've watched these 2 kobold that were previously circling along back and forth. They've basically kind of given up and ducked back down this hole. You've watched them make their way into it and begin climbing back through where you had burrowed out of the rock. As you guys are coming up, I'm going to move everybody over to the previous map. I'm going to move a couple of you up and pull Keldrum in. 1 moment. All right. Warwick popping up. Now hold on 1 second before you move. Everybody moves their guys. I got you in the walls.
Yeah, no, I was trying to give you some room.
Oh, you're good. I was just, as I was going through, okay, I think that's everybody. And Rook there. All right, I think that's everyone besides Keldrum.
There you go.
All right, you guys all should have access besides Reed, who is outside of the tunnel right now.
I'm gonna leap over here because I want to grab my immovable rod back.
All right.
I'm gonna spend just a couple of minutes. I'm gonna walk over to the Bahir and I'm gonna take off a couple of scales, not to mutilate, but just as just for safekeeping. If you don't mind.
Nope, no problem. Go ahead and give me a
strength check.
Yeah, a medicine check.
Oh, medicine.
For the scales.
Oh fuck! All right. 8.
You're able to bust some scales off. They are by no means in good shape. Cracked, rugged, and everything else. You didn't pull them off with precision, but you're able to get a number of scales off.
Okay. Right, perfect.
I'm gonna come up to the holes and kind of just listen because I have no clue where Reed's at this point. So I want to see if he's maybe in his holes.
And you hear a little skittering in there, a little burrowing maybe, little digging, some tiny footsteps off in the distance, but nothing that close.
I think Reed is down in his holes again. Reed, come on out.
The skittering stops. Go give me a perception check for the record. All right, yeah. So you definitely heard what appeared to be multiple sets of footsteps. Maybe Reed crawling in there. Sounded like step 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 step. Probably hands and knees. Reed, you still hanging out? Oh, Reed is not there. That is why he is so quiet.
Where did he go?
He's literally not there, right?
Give him a moment, and then Ashley, are you back? Are you still traveling on the road? You logged in yet? I should say. Doesn't look like it.
Reed, do you need help out there? Where are you in these holes?
Silence echoes from the holes.
I'm going to look back at Amarok and say, I don't know if that's... Reed would have come up by now. That might not
Are
be
you
him.
fucking kidding me? That asshole stayed in that hole back in the city forever until someone came and got him.
I just... you're not wrong, but something doesn't seem to be right. It's not you, it's me.
Grizz, you must have lost your mind.
So we said that I'm gonna head over here.
Is anybody in the group small enough to fit in one of these holes, other than Reed?
D Shags.
You Shags?
I'll do it. Yeah. Warwick's gonna come down, and D Shags is, he's just gonna.
Shags is gonna get in a hole. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. So before he jumps in, he's gonna, look around the hole just to see, make sure it's nice and healthy, nothing crazy.
No bumps or bruises or things like that. Got it. Okay.
Wow.
Going around down there.
Yeah. If all looks good, he's just gonna jack them.
Hey, hold on. I thought crabs were near the ocean. What are we talking about?
These weird things crawling around.
All right, so one more time. So what's D Shags doing?
He inspected the hole, and assuming there's nothing crazy with the hole or upsetting, unpleasant looking, he's gonna jackknife just right in. He's gonna go right into the hole.
All right, and the hole definitely looks like a standard hole. And sorry, Reed, just so you heard, they are investigating here. They heard your footsteps. Not like 4 footsteps, so you were probably crawling through the hole, based on your understanding.
Oh Jesus!
All right, where are you, D Shags? What hole are you heading into up here?
Oh, I'm right here.
Oh God!
Right by.
Oh, got it. There you are. All right. Yeah, and things are clear. You all empty where you're at.
Perfect. I'm gonna skiddly do on down to this one.
You come around the corner, all is clear, just an empty hole. You find a number of footmarks and coming up and down there, likely Reed's as he moved.
Does it look like Reed's though?
Give me
Dildo.
an investigation or a nature check.
Dildo, do you see anything?
All right. Yeah, looking through, you notice there's a couple set of footprints. One of them does appear to be Reed's. Heading away, you also notice a couple other footprints that look like they may be following. Very similar to what you previously saw on the Kobolds and the Blitzbolds not long ago.
Do these tracks look a little more fresh than Reed's?
They both look very fresh. They do look. Actually, you with 17, you see a few places that they look like they're over top of Reed. So yes, they're probably secondary to it. It looks like they may have gone after Reed.
I'm gonna yell out to the group.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna yell out to the group. First of all, I didn't see shit. He's like, I'm running, guys. I'm just gonna pop my head up and say, looks like some fresh kobold tracks, and they probably went after Reed out towards the front.
I'm
front of the
bolting.
cave.
Griswold's fucking running.
Here we go. Griswold's playing. So excited.
Griswold's got a plan.
I'm just gonna tinker my way down to the next hole as Griswold runs over top.
Trip him.
All right. On the
Reach
corner,
up and
you
grab his
see
foot.
you see free reign. It's basically dead open in front of you.
Nope.
And you give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
I'll hold my position here until we make this.
19.
All right. You hear nothing in front of you.
Perfect.
Reed, you still holding tight outside.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And all has gotten quiet outside. You hear nothing, see nothing, since these two have ducked back into their cavern.
So I went over this little holy hole.
Where?
All right, right here, sir.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, you come to a dead end. You can pop your head up, Roger Rabbit style, or Rabbit style, just taking a look around. But you hit a dead end there. There's nothing. You look up to see Adrian and Keldrum looking down at you. With Grizz only 10 feet away.
Right, I'm gonna go up to this little crossroads here, and then I'm going to, I guess, head down.
Yeah, looking in 4 different directions, you see that all's once again quiet. As you turn that corner, you see a long stretch of burrowing. It gets dark in the distance. You can only see the 60 feet out, but you hear a little bit of an echo with your footsteps as it goes a pretty decent ways away. So you know that this is the long stretch. It appears from here it went straight. You don't see any immediate turns. However, what you do see, and we'll just drop this on the primary layer, for everyone else to see, you manage to see 2 little kobolds up front staring at you, just as surprised in a way as you are. Although they do look prepared and ready to go. And with that, give me initiative for the first round for you 3.
All right, D-Shag. All right, here we go. Hold on, where's my? There he is.
Hold on, I gotta reset everybody. Remove all turns from that massive one. Let me get D-Shags back in there.
22.
There we go.
Oh, here, I'll roll real quick again, but 19, 22.
Okay, I'm gonna put you to 22 as original. All right. So despite the fact that they were prepared for you, having heard you guys calling, you get first reaction on this one.
So they would be like down this way.
Oh no! You can't see them over here. Hold on 1 second. Let me drop the dynamic lighting so you can see. My apologies. I forgot how that worked. I should have opened it up for the tunnel. All right, this is gonna be a little crazy for everybody, but it'll give you some visibility.
Oh shit!
Nice. So yeah, seeing 2 kobolds and not really wanting to fight them. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm gonna go to this hole and I'm gonna pop out.
Yeah, there. All right.
And I'm gonna move 1 space over, and then I'm gonna yell back to the group and point. They are in the hole over this way. 2 kobolds. Now, 6 words. 2 kobolds this way in hole. Or in tunnel, whatever. And I'll point in this general direction.
All right. Good. This one is going to. Actually, they are both going to flee.
Gee, I was trying to give you your
fucker.
tunnel fight. I was trying real hard.
I was just waiting for Griswold to come in and like stomp on top of the tunnel and just kill everybody in there.
Oh,
including
dude,
me.
I'm like just 5 foot on top of that hole. Yeah.
All right. With that, nothing happens. D-Shags, anything you want to do in your second turn?
Nope, I'm just gonna hold my ground. I'm gonna ready vicious mockery in case one of them pops out of the hole. But that's it.
All right. Then all is quiet. Anybody want to do anything?
I'm bolting out of this because thinking that Reed might be in serious deep shit, or not knowing where Reed is at the moment, because he decided to flee. Throw him out.
Maybe a
All right, how
couple
far
of
can
us
you get on a
should.
turn?
Maybe a couple of us should hang back and watch these couple holes to make sure they don't come back.
Not a bad idea. Oh, I'm bolting though. So I'm just,
It's like I'm
Chris,
out. I don't care.
hey, look,
All
part of the group is, or one of the group members is lost.
Can we do this? Yeah, we're gonna do this. All right.
I can send Reed a message if we'd like to check on him, see if he's all right.
Yeah, if we're that close.
It's too late.
Not a
Grizz is
bad
already
idea.
gone. He already bolted.
Are you saying that to the group? Like, or is Griswold already like piecing?
Grizz, how far away can you get?
I mean, I only have 30 feet, so I feel like I can't get far enough to where I can't hear Siddle, but I also feel like Griswold's objective is to protect people, so Griswold's fucking bolting out of there. So if I can hear within like 20, 30 feet, sure, but if not, Griswold's just fucking hauling ass.
Then you can haul ass. Meanwhile, while this is happening, on the outside, Reed, you begin to hear noise coming out of that hole again. Give me a perception check.
There we go. Nope. I had advantage, but it doesn't matter. Same thing.
All right. You hear movement coming fast and quick. You can't tell much. You can't tell what's going on, but it's coming like a freight train. Tiny little freight train, very little one running through dirt, but it's a freight train nonetheless. As you are peering in and watching this, you see the two kobolds that previously busted out of this hole bust out again. Grizz, just for the record, they are well ahead of you by a full turn, so they are out here. 1 second. We'll use this temporarily. Reed, I'm pulling you over to another.
You know what? Adrian's going to see this and he's like, wait a minute. He'll go with them because he's probably the fastest one here. So
Okay.
he'll go out with Grizz.
Got it. So I'll tell you what. Go ahead and keep your movements like a turn here for the moment. So Grizz, you made it 30 feet. So however far you can actually get Adrian.
If we're double moving, it's 100 feet.
You can handle like a standard turn.
Okay. Yeah. So then the double move and 100 feet. You're muted there, Evan.
Amrook's waiting
you
to play
talking, but-
whack-a-mole in case they come back.
All right. Yeah, that's about 150. Okay. So while that's happening, hold on. You guys are gonna hold your turn. I'm gonna slide over to another screen. We're gonna use this as a placeholder, so as close as it can be. Reed, you are hiding up in the tree, and you see these two kobolds pop out.
I'm still holding.
Can you guys hear me now?
I got you, Grizz.
Holding my.
You're holding.
Yeah. If they come within. Actually, I'm just gonna dip back down in my hole and be Heidi boy again.
All right, give me a stealth check with advantage.
Nat 20.
Whew. Not rolling great today, but enough that they don't see you, and they take off. They are. Let's extend their movement, actually. So, Grizz, Adrian, if you guys want to go ahead and make another move forward.
I did not get to double move per my first round, just FYI, so I'm going to...
All right, go ahead and make it up this round. That's why I was wondering what else you were using to get the double move.
Yeah, so technically, if I would have double moved first, I'd have got here, and then I got another 30, so 5, 10... Technically, I would have gotten here the first round if I double moved. Now the next one is 60 feet total. 5, 10. Boom. 50.
Is everybody else just hanging here with Amrook?
So it seems.
Already.
We're gonna have a little party in the cave.
All
Should
right.
That's all I
we,
got.
just sort of start migrating our way out of the cave?
Yeah,
mean,
slowly.
Maybe a couple hang back just in case they come back through, but
Where's Harshnag at?
He's hanging back in the cave with Amrook.
cool. I'll flip Harshnag a platinum and say good fight.
He's struggling with catch his breath a little bit, having just climbed up the butthole. But he will take it and pocket it.
I had to squeeze my way through.
All right, Reed, you see these two kobolds bolt to the left. Anything you want to do?
Nope. Not a single goddamn thing.
Grab back.
Okay. You just watch them making their way to the left. Good. Coming back. You guys gonna keep doing the same thing then? Jump to the main screen here.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Grizz, Adrian.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'll take my first part of the movement to get out of the cave.
I'll end up getting
Alright.
there if I double move.
So tying it together now, as you get out, Adrian, you look. This is going to be off the screen. You got 75 feet here, another 60 feet beyond that. You see two kobolds just booking it in this direction. So about 135 feet from your current location to the right. Their little legs are moving as fast as they can take them. They are chugging, weapons down.
I will take double movement to make sure that they keep moving. And if they don't seem to be a threat, I'll let them go.
All right. Cutting back, they Reed. You see them continue to move as you're looking. You see Adrian and followed by Griswold pop out on the other screen. They're gonna just start heading to the left. Anything else you want to do while they're doing that?
I'm gonna take a shot with my bow.
All right. They're both within range, so go ahead.
Are they?
Yeah. So ignoring my movement, they would be within 80 feet on the short bow, right?
Yep.
Yep. So they're both at 60 feet right now.
Normal. Save on that. 18 to hit.
18 will hit. Which one were you aiming for, top or bottom?
The bottom one.
All right.
26 points of damage.
So as you're watching this, you catch him dead in the back, right at the base of what you believe their short little necks, catch him in the spine. You see him drop instantaneously like a sack of potatoes as he just falls forward, face getting into the ground a little bit. Adrian, you see this momentarily. You hear you actually don't hear a thing. You just see him suddenly fall, an arrow sticking out of his back. He is down. You give me a perception check. You didn't hear where the shot came from. It's tough to tell. You can tell it came from somewhere behind him based on the trajectory of the arrow and the way it's sitting in his back. But that's about it. It doesn't look too angled, so you can assume it was somewhere right along the cliff face, give or take a 20, 30 degree angle. You're kind of just reading the direction of the arrow in his back now. So maybe a little bit of downward angle from it, so somewhere up higher. And cutting back, let's just you see this. Just as that happens, this last kobold looks down, sees his buddy, looks up, sees Adrian, looks back, realizes something's chasing him, utter panic mode, and he's going to turn and just head straight south, just dead south, about 60 yards from you, as far as he can get. You see him chugging away. Grizz, you pop out of the tunnel. Anything you want to do?
I can't catch any of them.
And he's turned to go. He hasn't taken off yet, I should say. He started to move in that direction as fast as he can, so you still got him within range.
Nothing that I can. As long as I see him running, I'll kind of take a pause for a sec and survey the scene.
He is scattering as fast as possible. He's road running it right now. His feet can't catch the ground, and he's trying to just take off on all fours, any traction he can get, falling over log sticks, and he bolts us out. He doesn't even look back. He just runs.
I'm gonna survey the scene and try to see. You just hear him. Griswold's gonna Reed, are you there? Reed.
And Reed, you hear this. You're about 135 feet to the right on the screen, so you can hear them loud and clear, and you can actually see them.
I'm gonna get a pear and climb down the tree.
All right, you guys looking off in the distance where this arrow was from. Adrian, particularly, since you're already looking over that way, you see Reed scurrying down the tree. A little wounded, a little beat up, still bleeding, still torn up a little bit. Just
I'm
chewing.
I'm gonna run up last 5 points of heal, lay on hands, and not knowing what's going on, seeing him still bleeding. Last 5 points of lay on hands. I'm gonna push to him.
All right. So 5 points of healing for you, Reed.
Yep.
I'm gonna. You look like hell. And I'm gonna slap him on the back and cure wounds 3rd level.
What?
Just because.
Because we didn't see Reed leave. We just know that he wasn't here, and he's here.
I saw him leave. I saw him get his ass kicked.
Yeah, almost eaten by a Behir.
So add another 19 points of healing.
Show off.
As you say, you look terrible. And say, or Reed's gonna say, not as bad as that guy. And points at the kobold.
His body's still twitching a little bit down there.
Talk about hitting the ground running, huh?
You hear a light
by the
boo
way.
from the come from the
trees.
come from the forest. The trees.
Yeah, at this point, Griswold, seeing Reed, he's just gonna survey around a little bit more to see if anything is around, and then just basically bolster up and kind of defensive stance, just to make sure if anything comes back, it's he's bolting that direction to try to set it off pretty quick.
Yeah, and all looks quiet in the area. Things have settled. The birds start tweeting a little bit again. You start hearing some forest sounds nearby. It was ominously quiet previously, but now everything settles into a nice quiet ease.
Awesome.
What do you guys want to do?
Let's head back in the cave and meet. Let's regroup.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna wait for him out here, but yeah, I'll follow.
Oh, wait, who
follow
are you
them
waiting
in.
for?
I'll
No, because they're waiting for kobolds to pop up, and the kobolds are running away.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'll follow Adrian then.
Yeah, so Reed, you are with the group now on the screen.
You guys may have to move your characters up to rejoin the group.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I'll move mine up there, but assuming we're all back in the same place.
Okay. So you guys reunite once again in the cave. This now quiet cave. Blood splattered over. Still a little ominous with the echoes. The mossy ground not quite as innocent as you once assumed it to be, keeping you mildly on edge. The occasional body nerve damage shaking, putting you a little bit on edge. The Behir, the massive behemoth of the body, still laying, slowly decomposing off in the distance. The occasional drip of water coming off the ceiling. But you all gather.
Should
Quiet.
we go back down and do a better investigation of that room?
Yeah, if you think that there's more to be found down there, this is Adrian, by the way. Honestly, I just want to get the hell out of here. We're pretty beat up. I think we need to get back to town and get a nice rest.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not feeling
I heard.
great.
I certainly don't disagree.
I don't want anything to do with this cave anymore.
Yeah, it can right fuck off.
That's awesome. That is phenomenal, by the way.
All right then.
Back to town we go.
To town you go. You guys, broken, battered, bruised, torn up, frankly looking like you've been literally to the abyss and back. Make your way through the woods, and in contrast to your demeanor, to the look of the party, beautiful sunny day. A few clouds in the sky, little late morning or late midday. Still maybe about 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. So still plenty of daylight left. Sun still fairly high in the sky. In a beautiful set of forest. You can start making your way back towards town. Right about then, Polly makes his way back, coming and circling, having noted that he delivered the message to Reed that you requested a town, and that the help is on the way, and should be here in a few hours.
Nice.
You hate to see it.
Shit.
So continue to travel, and you guys head back towards the town, a route that you know all too well about now. All quiet. The path goes uneventfully. As you make it about 2/3 of the way to town, you can almost see the smoke from the chimney rising in the distance. You've gotten so close, you can still hear the ocean waves rushing against the shore on your far right. You see a group of 4. You want to call them men, but they are barely beyond boys. They could not even grow their own facial hair. They look terrified. They are under-equipped. They barely know how to hold their weapons, and they are marching in your direction, looking that you assume to be the reinforcements.
Oh dear God, they would have gotten slaughtered.
So that they approach, and one young man that's human in nature, maybe no more than 19 years old, comes. Ready to help, sir. Whatever. His voice cracks a little bit. Whatever I can do to help, we're the reinforcements that were sent.
Head back home. We appreciate it, but we were luckily able to take care of things. Head back home. Have a good
All right,
meal.
sir. Can we get you anything? Would you like us to carry one of your bags? You look rather beat.
Swad's at full health right now, but I'm still tired. No, save your strength. Thank you.
All right, they're going to start making their way back with you, although they are going to keep their distance. They look terrified of you guys, like the very presence of death exudes each of you, and may rub off on them at any moment.
Awesome.
Not a bad assessment.
So you guys are able to get back to town uneventfully. All is quiet, and you arrive at a town that is late in the day here, rebuilding. It doesn't take you long. It only takes you about an hour and a half to get back into town. A town that is rebuilding, a town that is active and working. There are still military presence on the water, keeping an eye for any returning ships. There are still scouts around the outside of the town. You see basically a checkpoint as you're coming in. They still salute you as you make your way through. Men in uniform refusing to make eye contact with you. Kind of lowering their face as you pass by in submission as well as in appreciation of what you've done, and then they wave you through. And you begin making your way back to town that is rebuilding fairly quickly. You see houses starting to come together in a few days that you've been here. Some of the stuff has been cleaned up. The road is there. It seems like the town is unified pretty considerably on its way to a solid rebuild.
Griswold's just gonna head for after a long and weary battle. Griswold's gonna head for bed.
Okay.
Yeah, do we
let's
still
let's.
have that hotel?
Yeah, you guys have been on one of the military tents on the outside, on the northeast side of town. Basically, it was an isolated military, no, the temporary tent that was set up just for the temporary barracks that was isolated to the group of you.
I'm gonna pull across like a guard or someone someone of military, whatever, someone in the military, and in the morning, yeah, could you please send a message to Umrag? I'm sure he's been informed that we've.
Wait, what time of day is it?
It's about 2 o'clock, 2 p.m.
Oh, send a message now.
He's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
right there in town. We can just go find him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
even better. All right, yeah. We'll go find him. Let's sorry.
Go find him.
Yeah, let's go. Griswold's gonna go find him. If I don't want to.
How about you ask the
the
guy
party.
if you know where he's at?
And then,
Question-
as you guys are asking for Umrag, he points you over in the distance by the docks you guys are familiar with. He's over there. Basically, he seems to just be observing off in the distance. His men around him. You see two of his generals that seem to be coordinating most of the effort. They're actually ships are now arriving into harbor for the first time. You see the coordinated effort to unload and reload ships. It seems like things are starting to rebuild a little bit. Umrag is taking it in, having a moment of quiet.
Umrag.
As he hearing you call his name, turning around, seeing you, a moment of excitement. You see his eyes momentarily light up, happy to see you, before immediate concern, seeing the state of of the group, as well as a little bit of confusion, seeing another party member that you didn't recognize.
Do the people seem afraid of Harshnag at this point?
We've told them
people
about
are still-
Harshnag. Told them
People
about
are keeping
Harshnag.
their distance. They are taking the long way around, but they are not actively scared of him. You guys have now, you warned him up front, you warned him along the way. He has been to town one time on the outskirts, whenever you guys were here the first time around, and so they're kind of getting used to him. They're terrified of him before. What you see now is a slow adaptation, and having traveled with you guys, and then knowing the little more vouching for him at this point, they seem to be starting to come around. Similar to the way they have come around to Griswold 2 days before, this smaller giant.
Yes, baby giant. Umrag. Griswold's gonna catch his breath. Umrag. You've probably heard we've taken care of Balthazar or Bellathar, whatever the hell his name was. Bellathar. And I'm gonna pull out the scales, and show him. Bellathar apparently was not a nightmare. Maybe a nightmare to you, but to Behirs that way, guarding some things with any different kobolds and defenders in there. But to give your people rest, hopefully once more, we've taken care of these nightmares for you.
He's staring down at the scales. You see him take his hat off, kind of bringing it up to his chest, looking down solemnly, glancing up at you. You have been a blessing and a boon to this town, in more ways than one. How can we ever repay you for what you have all done to protect us both now and in the future? What you have gone through is more than I could have ever asked of any man, woman, or child, and you have done it without question. We owe you our lives. We owe you our town.
Wait, you'd ask a child to do that?
And he's looking at you, realizing his mistake. I mean, you're not a child, but smaller, younger men. Realizing that he is completely caught now in his words and fumbling.
As he's fumbling, I'm going to say, "Don't worry, I would too."
Umrog.
He's gonna give a little half fake laugh. Realizing he's
Umrog,
still just tripping over himself.
just in my place to stay is fine, but I understand the hesitation for people of this town to accept Harshnag. As I look back at the frost giant, heavily armored and bleeding, he has helped us. I understand frost giants may come along this way, but Harshnag is a friend, and he helped us, along with us, greatly to take care of not only the Behirs, the demons in that cave, but many of the other frost giants. My only ask, outside of everything, is that you consider him an ally, not just something, but an ally. As I look back at Harshnag, hopefully he's seeming all right, but
He's gonna look at Harshnag, who is peacefully up there, just down on one knee, trying to kneel a little bit, trying to minimize his presence of hair, and look passive. Umrog's gonna look up at him, look back at you. The hearts of men are not easily changed. I'm sure you know this. I've seen many things, but I have never seen anything like I've seen this past week. My emotions run deep. Fear is not something easily cast aside. But I can say that you're this party. And you, sir, he's going to look at the frost giant standing above him. You have earned a place in our hearts. And while our natural reaction still varies in fear, you must understand that we are emotional currently. We have seen so much, been cast from our homes. But you are welcome in this town any time in the future and shall be treated as you've earned here today. And he's going to bow his head solemnly to each and every one of you.
could you please pass word along to Sildar of what we've been able to help with? Sildar is a good friend, and I tend to keep him up to date with things that are transpiring with the Phandalin Phive. So if you could do that, that would be most appreciated. Don't tell me that Sildar died. Don't do this to me. Oh no, don't do this to me.
Umrog looks at you with solemn eyes.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I had not thought to bring it up right off the bat.
Oh no.
Sildar's party has gone missing to the north. They went after a band of frost giants not unlike yourselves. They were due to return yesterday and have not yet done so. If and when they return, because I've fought with Sildar many a years, and I know that man will come back from the very depths. I will pass along your message, but I thought you should know. Once again, lowers his head, this time a little more somberly.
You hate to see
Adrian
it.
looks back to Siddle. Maybe you can get in communication with him.
Yeah. I'm just going to nod back, and then you're going to watch. Well, hang on before I say that. Okay, yeah, you're going to see me and hear me begin to cast my spell, pull a little piece of copper wire out of my bag, etc., etc.
Okay.
So I'm going to check to see if him and his army are okay. Do we plan to go after him?
If they need help,
Yeah.
where are they at?
You see Griswold like gripping his mace, like kind of beaten, battered, but he's pumping up, ready to roll.
As Grizz is doing that, Reed starts looking around for the makeshift camp.
For what was that?
The makeshift camp.
Yeah, so you guys are out on the island right now, about right here, per se. Keeping an eye on everything. The makeshift camp that you're familiar with. Oh, come on, there we go. Try to get out of that way. Is set up on the outskirts of town, about over here. So a couple bridges over.
Reed's gonna look at
But
Adrian as
2-minute walk.
he sees Griswold getting ready. And I'm gonna nudge him and be like, "Hey, where was the sleeping arrangements again?"
Oh, they're across that bridge, and then you gotta go through the little, and there's another bridge, and you pass up a bunch of houses, and it's out towards the it's that way.
As he finishes his sentence, I'm gonna pull a pear out of my pocket, hand it to him, and start walking towards the makeshift tent.
That is a tasty looking pear, and he just bites right into it. Oh my god, this pear is one of the best pears I've ever had. Oh my god, this is so good. Where did you get this?
That tree I sat up there for about an hour while you guys were down there. This is all I was doing. I was just eating. I was trying to get some stamina back.
We might have to go back. We might have to go back up there just to go get some more pears.
I'll do it.
G type so much.
I gotta make sure this is gotta make sure I'm accurate here when I send this stuff off.
You still make me nervous. Just when I hear the dice in the background.
Yep.
122.
All right, so we've. Pull
this out here. There we go.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
No, you're good. I'm just picking my words cautiously here.
No,
There's a response, so that's good.
there's a response. I'm just hope he's going to be captured, and that's going to suck ass. Oh, it's going to suck ass. So Sildar was here, and he went up north to find frost giants that we didn't know about. It's not good. Oh shit.
So I'm gonna.
All right, sorry. That was a continuation of the last one. The last couple words that I had.
Got it. I'm gonna announce to the party here. Well, Sildar's alive. They've lost several men, but their mission has changed. They're hunting the Frost back to their home. They're close to the Svardborg fortress.
Oh.
Why?
Where's that? How far is that in terms of where we're at?
That was.
Go ahead.
Yeah, please go ahead, because I thought that was like super way north. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Let's cut back here. I'm gonna bring you guys over to the map for reference.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
This is the new one, correct? Yep.
Yep.
All right. So you guys are currently. Let me shift click you in.
Oh, this is
Here?
bad. This is bad.
So, from what you were aware, it was somewhere in the Sea of Moving Ice, apparently, from what you've been told from Harsh in the past. So, ballpark, somewhere north of Icewind Dale, 250 to 300 miles up here.
Whew. That's where we're going.
Hop, skip, and a jog, huh?
No rests. Let's get moving. Not bad.
I'm still walking towards the makeshift camp.
Yeah, Reed is now gone. You see him ducking between some buildings and disappearing off into the distance, beelining into this camp.
Siddle, can you tell him to? That's from what we know. That's not a good idea. They're going to die. But they need a much larger army to try to. If that's the fortress, there are ships upon ships. I mean, dozens upon dozens of frost giants. They are going to die.
Does Sildar know that we have Harshnag with us?
He does not. You guys have not been able to deliver a message since then.
Gaining access to that would be amazing, but they are certainly going to die there. The chances of them getting in there and getting information are slim to none. Unless there's something else that they have, they should fall back. Let us regroup. I'm gonna look around, like Amrook and Adrian and everyone, and be like, "You guys agree? Because these guys are walking into a fucking death trap."
I mean, taking on a whole giant fortress does not.
Yeah.
Suicidal.
Yeah. Siddle, can you tell them to? Can you send them another message? I appreciate the things that you can do. Can you send them something to tell them to halt? They're walking into certain death, unless they have something that we don't know about.
I'm gonna ask Harshnag what he knows about Svalbard Fortress, or what he can tell us about Svalbard Fortress.
Yeah, just for some fallback. You guys have asked this before and did a check. He gave you some various feedback, so you guys are aware. He does not know where it is. It is always moving up in the sea. In fact, it was long ago lost. Harshnag himself had never seen it for a long while, many decades, a century in fact. The Berg has been unoccupied. It's the former fortress, the former center point of power of the Frost Giants, is the way he described it to you. However, as they lost their momentum, their strength in Farron, this was lost to them. There are rumors it was recently once again found and has been a launching point and a point of power for the Frost Giants to transfer from, and that the various clans have been collecting there, consolidating their numbers and their power. And it's known to be somewhere in the Sea of Moving Ice, but always shifting, so it is on an iceberg, always transferring around, and a bit magically protected, and so not easily found.
Okay.
But he knows where it's at, though.
Yeah, Harsh does not. He is not part of the clan.
Sildar does.
Sildar does.
Apparently, they think they know where it's at.
If I mention the name Harshnag to Sildar, will he know who that is?
Harshnag has a pretty strong reputation. He would likely.
Okay.
But you're not positive, but he would likely.
They bet to walk into there and be fucking eaten alive, legitimately, like picked apart.
We couldn't even survive that.
Exactly.
I think we differ. I think we could.
Well,
let's go.
Let's go.
Just kidding. Fuck that.
I mean, Dildo just popped in and out of holes like he always wants, so I mean, he might be fine.
Well, we can send Dildo in and see what happens.
I mean, he's gonna befriend every one of them. He's gonna fit right in.
There we go. We're good.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else we want to say in this message? So I'm saying definitely a bad idea. Have been fighting alongside Harshnag, Svardborg, full of frost giants from everywhere. Certain death.
Any way you could say, Where we're headed towards, I'm going to look at the group at this point because we haven't decided. We haven't decided where we're headed. The idea was Candlekeep, but I would certainly. I mean, that's depending on where they're at. They're pretty far away. I think it would be good for us to meet up, but if we go to Candlekeep, that's a long ways down. So
yeah, how far is Candlekeep? That's gonna be 500 miles.
that's bruh, I gotta zoom out like so far for that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to walk 500 miles, and hell, once you get there, you might have to walk 500 more.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's
Yeah, it
a-
is
it's
500
a-
and then 500 more.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the joke, but it worked out way too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did. I knew it was somewhere around there.
It'd be good to meet back up with Sildar. I'm gonna look back at Siddle and the group. It'd be good to meet with Sildar and formulate a plan. It's the time of man to try to congregate together and take on these giants is now, but we have a lot of things we need to accomplish, so it's not my call.
Almost concerned, going up there. We just got our ass handed to us. I think we've been fighting above our weight class. Maybe we need to take it down a notch. Candlekeep likely is,
Yeah.
definitely farther away, but I think that might be a little bit better for us.
Yeah, I think Sildar coming back to Port Last or suggesting it. They're going to do what they want, and I can respect that. But it's certain death. We have information and an ally. It wouldn't be bad to regroup, but again, that's Sildar knows what he's doing. Yeah, so I just think that we suggest they come back to Port Last, and then we can always talk via other methods. Umrag, do you have any sending stones or anything of that nature that would might make communication if Sildar came back a little bit easier? I said our wizard here is extremely talented, but as you know,
I do have a sending stone. That's how I've been talking to them up north. It's currently connected at Bryn Shander. It is not directly with Sildar, if that's what you need.
Oh, shit. It's currently in Bryn Shander. Okay. Where's that?
It is with the balance of the Lord's Alliance forces.
How many are in the Lord's Alliance army?
So are you looking for the army like through up in north, or just up in Bryn Shander, or
In general.
what
In general, I'm just curious. General.
Well, it's always fluctuating, and we work locally. I would say we have thousands at our disposal. Low thousands. Perhaps we could gather 4 if we had enough time available to us.
Well, if he continues into Svardborg, disposal might be the objective word.
Yes. Umrag, it may be time to put aside the differences and try to align some of the other factions. I understand that may be against the wishes of the Lord's Alliance, but the giants and other evil dragons are here. They're not going to stop. I urge you to try to push this. If not, maybe too late.
So what are you suggesting? Are you suggesting a full counter-offensive in alignment amongst all of Farron.
It really is all of Farron against them.
Yes.
It's all of us little folk, no matter what our differences are.
Boomrag, the fire giants are trying to put together a colossal giant that will wipe this town. The frost giants are trying to make an everlasting winter that will take out everything but themselves. They are trying to reach the top of the ordning. And once the giants continue to ravish this land, you understand that the dragons are just going to be more perturbed, and they're going to come out. And who knows what territorial nonsense they will cause among these lands. I understand you may not like the Harpers and whoever else, whatever other factions there are. It's time. It's now the time for man to stand and fight against this.
I have a message
Give
back
me-
from Sildar as well.
And while he's doing that, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Fuck yes. Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Sorry, go ahead,
All right.
Siddle.
Well, we've continued to impress them with befriending our pal Harshnag here. They are going to return to Bryn Shander and hold. Perhaps we should go meet them there.
Griswold, speaker of the small giants, you bridge the gap between the two races.
Baby giant.
Baby giant, yeah. So I've heard. I look at the group of you, the Phandalin Phive. And once again, you see him doing a quick count on his hands and looks confused. You are well trained. You are armed. I fear even our 4,000 will be no match. But I believe you're right. Unification of Farron may be the only way. I do worry. Who has the ability to rally them? Who can bring them together? I can move things forward on but a small degree on a case-by-case basis. I shall pass word through the Alliance. I shall persuade and push your argument. However, when the time comes that we must stand behind a general, when we must stand behind someone to fight back, when we must choose the direction to which we fight and earn the men's respect, who is it that we rally behind? We have a power vacuum right now. That is my only fear as an experienced military man. But I do believe you are correct. The why is sometimes the easier part. The how is where it will get difficult. And he's just gonna pull out his sword and lower it down. It was currently sitting in his halberd on the side. You have my sworn allegiance to the group. I will do what I can. Where do we go from here?
Sorry, I'm just basking in this right now for a second because it's awesome. That's Evan, not Griswold. Griswold's like, this is fucking serious. Evan's a child.
That is a perfect gif.
Yeah, right. I still got the Independence Day vibe.
Yeah.
See, I was looking at the Aragon, the day may come when the courage of men may fail. This is not that day.
Oh, that's awesome. I cannot speak to. I see that all of man will be the ones that lead the way. Phandalin Phive could certainly help. As I look back at the group, the more than five of us, Harshnag included.
5+.
Yeah, the
Okay,
5+.
we can't count either.
Yeah. While I may not be able to count, I can see that we will all stand together and rise against this slaughter, this chaos that ensues among the lands. I think the best thing for now is if you could pass along this message, try to put down the differences so that all men may stand together. We will do our best as well as we continue to travel along, but knowing that your support will certainly help.
He's gonna once again nod his head, and I shall begin doing what I can. I know it will be enough, but I shall try.
This is my reply to that.
See what this,
Yes.
but it's not.
DNF? Small chance of success?
What are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for?
I love it. Oh, I'm getting so riled up. This is awesome. I'd imagine that you'd start to see Griswold's like emblem on his shield glowing a little bit, his eyes lighting up a little wide as he gets like pumped up for this. Pretty baller.
And while the tides turn in the land of Farron, Reed drops his boots, gets out of his clothes, and curls up in a ball on the very cozy cot, peach in hand, mid-bite, falling, just crashing and falling asleep, resting his weary head.
Sugar plum fairies.
So Sildar is going to be at Brimshander, I guess, waiting for us. We have intentions of going to Candlekeep, so that brings a very interesting predicament. We should probably sleep on because I have a feeling that Siddle doesn't have enough spell slots. Oh no! We have a sending stone at Brimshander. Umrog, we do have some business down south to take care of that is important. And we must hold our word, but I believe that Sildar may be falling back to wait on some information in Bryn Shander. I don't want to... I'm going to look back at the group and say we must head down south first, but ending the group, it may be our intentions to head back up north at some point, but I don't want Sildar to be waiting. Maybe best that he comes down this way. I feel that it's great to be close, but being able to come back here and mount an offensive and understand what's going on might be the best bet. But it's going to take us some time to complete what we need to down south. And can you give Sildar a message that it's along those lines? It's going to take us a hot minute to get back up there, but
are you asking Umrog or Siddle?
I just assumed Siddle was at a spell slot, so I wanted to say it to Umrog.
Yes, I am.
Since you said that Umrog has a setting stone to Bryn Shander, correct?
He does,
and
yes.
Sildar's heading back that way, so I figured that Umrog could send a message to whoever has it in Bryn Shander, and they can relay that to Sildar, and he can maybe come down this way or not. But I just didn't want him waiting there for weeks and weeks before we potentially even came there, because I'm not sure of all the intentions we have.
And perhaps we can send Harshnag to the north, and he can help Sildar.
I figured it'd be good for Sildar to know, and then they could mount an offensive potentially or something at that point.
If I might make a suit, but please,
go
by
ahead.
all means.
No. This is for our group. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if I may make a suggestion, you look like
Shit.
look like you've been to shit. Yes, you've been quite to it. Might I suggest a rest? Your camp has been kept perfectly for you and shall be guarded. You are welcome for as long as you may need to stay here.
Yeah, we feel like 5 miles of bad road. Yes.
Oh, great.
It seems like the last thing, and I do agree. It seems like the ports are open. If we need to make our way down south in haste, is there a boat that we could borrow or pay for to head us down south?
Didn't we
Yeah.
break all the boats?
No, you stole one of them and got another one smashed, and you've taken down 2 boats so far. One was a very tiny one, the other one not quite large either. They're mostly local fishing boats that you guys have handled thus far, and for the small journeys. So there are still some larger ones out there.
So, Evan, I was going to suggest. So, we have a teleportation circle in Neverwinter.
That was my.
And we have one. We have one that goes to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
So I think we'd be better off getting a boat in Waterdeep to get us to Baldur's Gate, and then travel south to there.
I was thinking that we would wait, you said we have the teleportation from Neverwinter to Waterdeep, was that it?
Yeah.
Neverwinter is right there. I apologize. I thought Neverwinter was farther away. That was my that was why I was asking for a boat, is for us to go from Port Last to Neverwinter, but I didn't look at the map and realize it was right there.
It might still be quick. It would probably still be quicker.
My for some reason I thought down south was Neverwinter, not Waterdeep. That was my fault. But anyways,
Damn it, Evan.
all right. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's only 40 miles, so it's not really that bad. Okay. At that point, I'm gonna look at Umrag, agree with him. Yes, extended rest is probably beneficial. I'll look back at the group, and pending no one starts to say anything, I'm gonna head back to. But Reed is already laying down because I think we're all battered to shit, and probably need a rest.
Reed is in perfect dreamland. He is out and loving it right now.
I do plan on pending nothing else happens. I do plan on trying to how did we do this? Did we say identify and attune, or were those two separate? Or were those were 2 things that we could do and still get a? Actually, we have plenty of time because it's only
they would still be involved within a long rest. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I plan on identifying. Actually, does anyone else have anything to say to Umrag before we head over? Sorry.
While we're walking back to the camp, I'm gonna turn to Siddle. Hey Siddle, that sending spell is pretty cool. You think I can learn it from you sometime?
Yeah, sure thing.
If we have time today, I'd like to do. I mean, we have time, but yeah. If we get a chance, I'd like to.
Go ahead, please. No, go. I was gonna say it's only about 3. You guys it's only about 4 o'clock. So I mean, it's still fairly early in the day. So I mean, an official long rest would be over by middle of the night. So you guys have the time now. There is no urgency.
Yeah, I was just going to remind the group that we had the axe, the longbow, and basically everything that we have, because I figured that we have some time to divvy up everything to where we can identify probably, pending GM that you agree, probably everything or relatively close, at least identifying what we have, because we have 4 potions, 2 ointments, 3 scrolls, the halberd, the longbow, the axe.
Could be 1 or 2 spell books as well, I believe.
And a spell book. You are correct. So I just wanted to remind everyone of that.
I definitely like to learn that sending spell and then start taking a look at those spells with Siddle, the spell book and the scroll.
Absolutely.
And I guess between all of us, we probably have time to at least ID all of that, more than likely, since it's only 3 p.m.
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I can Yeah, I'll write that down whenever we start to do that and whatnot. Ouch. But I will ID and pending it's not something crazy, potentially attuned to the halberd. But we'll see what else going on with that before we do it. But that's my intentions.
All right. Good. So you guys gonna head over into the cots and take a rest. Besides analyzing, evaluating, doing the identifying, the attuning, is anybody else doing anything else before this long rest, before the day comes to an end?
Nope.
I'm gonna send off that I'll send to you separately a message to Gabriel, but I'll send it off to you in just a minute. That's it though.
Okay. Well, good. Then you guys make it over to the cots without incident. You find it well guarded for your protection. The Umrak has sent a few soldiers over to ensure that the tent is undisturbed for the balance of the evening and the night. The townfolk continue to stare at you in awe in many ways. They have not yet adapted, nor have they heard the full story of what has happened. They know that you guys have taken a beating, look like hell. They are still in awe of you from the defeat of the giants and the town returning to normal, and they are in great appreciation. However, you were able to make your way in there with no incident, seal it up, and you guys are free to rest. So, with that said, what do you say we take a quick 10-minute break and we can wrap up some of the nuances here? I'm going to send out some details about the identification. For those of you that are doing it, who is identifying the axe and who's identifying the longbow? Okay, Amro taking the axe, and who's got the longbow?
Just kidding.
I think
not
I think the only one that could do it is actually Althea's the only one that really would use it, correct? I mean,
Yes.
Reed cannot.
Yep.
Small boy.
I mean,
He's just a little guy.
Yeah.
Small
Keldrum could.
Small
Keldrum could use it, but he prefers not to.
small boy, but packs a major punch. That's for damn sure.
I'll use it.
Okay. I will add those.
Adrian has one of those slings that the kobolds had.
Ah, yes, that as well. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else doing anything? Well, we can talk about it. You can do it afterwards. We'll take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll pick up there.
Sounds good.
It's just a normal longbow.
fault. I'm sorry. Can I say that the spell book that we acquired is with someone, or is that in the group chat as well, or is that in the group pack as well, just for reference?
You're probably gonna want to keep that with one of your two wizards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say
which-
probably Siddle's best with it, but I definitely want to copy what I can.
Okay, I'm gonna say with Siddle. Siddle, I'm gonna assume that you have the spells all, at least the spells all written with you, not copied, but at least written. He just Garrett sent along all of them.
Yep.
Wow, holy shit!
It was a nice spell book that you guys managed.
Jesus. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Wow, that's impressive. So Siddle, I'm assuming you have those. I'm not right. Do you want me to write all of them down or no?
No, I got them copied into my notes.
You got them? Okay. To make sure that the longbow with Althea, and the axe with Ambrook. Ambrook. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell everyone what the what I have. What the Sun Halberd is, and show them how it works.
Nice. All right.
Cool.
What's your bonus word, or what's your secret?
Oh yeah. I'll you got to give me a sec on that one. Hold on a sec. Give me a minute. I gotta listen to this again. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, it's gonna be something for French.
Yes. Éclairer les chemins. And then
Can't
you're
wait to
gonna
hear
that.
You yell that in battle.
Yeah,
I couldn't
me too.
remember the difference between tickle cord and pumpernickel.
Yeah,
You
I'm
love
writing
making
this.
it hard on yourself.
Hold on, can you do that one more time, Evan? What is
No.
it?
No, I can't.
Yeah, it's
Éclairer les chemins. And I'm definitely gonna fuck that up later on, but just give me the benefit of the doubt.
We apologize to any of our French-speaking listeners out there for the murder of your language.
Hey, whenever we're looking in the spell book, it's the same thing, right? It takes us a certain amount of time to copy each spell, correct?
Correct. Yeah, you can't copy them. It's like copying from one another spell book. You basically found somebody else's that you have to take that time, the rest time, to actually copy those into your book.
And then
The time and the cost.
didn't we find like 3 scrolls too?
You did. So the first scroll is.
Oh shit! All right, hold on. You're like, damn it! You guys are beating me to the punch.
Dude, sorry, you guys hit the money load here with this one. It was worth your effort to go down.
All right, I'm ready whenever you are.
Why aren't you there? All right. So here, your first scroll is.
Stone shape. Okay.
Nice, that's cool.
And that is usable by. I forgot to pull that up. Gotta do this a different way. But that is only usable by Artificer, Cleric, Druid, and Wizard.
Damn it.
Awesome.
Cleric. Cleric or Wizard. All right. Okay. All right.
Second one.
Oh, I want it.
Dream. Fuck.
I want it.
Dream.
Wouldn't the wizards be able to copy these into their spellbook?
Dream.
Yeah, you can copy into spellbook. I think that destroys the scroll, though, doesn't it?
It does.
It
You
does.
can either, yeah. So you gotta leave it as a scroll and then use it as a one-off or copy the spellbook for a single person to use more often, or I guess multiple. So yeah, you could use these like double copying. So Siddle could copy it from scroll, and then Warwick could copy it from.
I 100% want to copy Dream. I don't care about any of the rest. I 100% want Dream.
And that is Bard, Warlock, and Wizard and Druid.
Evan, you
Right.
gave me superior healing, right?
I gave you the Keog, the ointment.
Okay.
So we currently in the group pack, just so everyone's reference, one more potion of superior healing and one more of the ointments, Amrook and Warwick each have a spear of healing, and Reed has a one of the ointments. And then we should have one more scroll.
You do? Pulling it up now.
Dream is such a wicked. Oh. It could be super weak, but so potent.
Ooh.
Oh, Aid. I love Aid. Oh shit. Aid's awesome.
You're gonna see that a little bit more often now.
Yep. Aid
like
is. I never realized how powerful Aid could be, but once you get to higher levels and you cast that shit, oh man. Oh man.
Who can have that? Oh, Bard Cleric. Oh, cool. So I can cast that too.
Yeah, Bard Cleric and Paladin, I believe, and Wizard. I think
No.
Wizard can. Bard Cleric.
Just
Paladin.
Cleric and Paladin.
Oh, not Bard. Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Looking at the spell, it says a second level abjuration, Artificer, Bard, Cleric.
Oh wait, yeah. My bad. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one here.
No, it's a really good spell. I like Aid.
Yep.
Stone shape. That's pretty interesting. But Siddle, do you mind if I copy the dream spell and then you can copy it from me?
Go for it.
All right, I am removing Scroll of Dream from the group pack, so you'll have to put that in yours.
Yep. No, I have it down already.
Just for reference, we have Dispel Magic, Protect from Evil and Good, Detect Magic, Stone Shape, and Aid. All scrolls in the group pack. So we're on the same page. Have we woken up? Like, is this the start of the next day? Pretty much. Like, I'm assuming we slept through, or
that's what I was going to ask you guys. So you have all that you've identified. You guys went to bed fairly early. Is there anything else you want to accomplish during this long rest? Now that you've identified these things, noted it, recovered, anything you plan on doing over the night? Anyone slipping away? Anyone accomplishing anything else during downtime? You guys tell me what are you doing and how long do you want to spend in this tent? You guys have free reign.
I attuned to my longbow.
You did attune to it? Okay. I'm
gonna attune to the well, actually, I want to talk to Amrook, but please, Adrian, go ahead.
Keldrum's gonna ask all the folks that have the new magic weapons. Do you mind if I just take a minute? Just take a minute with them, and you see him cast kind of a duplicate of the item. He goes, I just want to, and he pulls out a journal and a book. These are just for my notes and records. Do you mind if I just jot down what they are and everything?
I'm more than happy to show him all the magic items that I have. Did he copy down Adrian's ring as well? Like, does he want to see all of those? Because I'm happy to show him that.
I mean, probably eventually, but these ones he's really interested because he got to see them being picked up and whatnot.
I'm happy.
But yeah,
happy.
He'll like kind of takes an image, and makes like an illusion of your, and is like kind of like looking at the weapon, like looking at the details, and he's like making the image, like reshaping the image. Oh wait, there's a little indentation right here. Okay. He's taking notes. Okay, so it does this and this. Oh, very cool. Thank you very much. And he closes the book and.
Not a problem.
If Amrook and Althea don't mind.
No.
Did you check it out the night before, or are you trying to check it out the next day?
The next day.
Yeah, about that. Amrook's not there when you wake up.
Fuck. All right.
E. Shaggins is going to get his long rest in, and as soon as that's done, he's going to get up in the middle of the night. Probably like what, 3-4 roughly, sometime.
That would be full nights, a full rest if you got up around 4.
Yeah, he's gonna get his full rest in. He's gonna get up, silently move out of the tent. He's gonna find, I think it was Umrag, whatever, and just have the,
and are you searching the tent before you go? Just kind of beelining out of it.
No, quietly beelining it out of there, nothing crazy. He's gonna just talk to Umrag about where they might be growing crops, whatever the case. He's gonna find that area and he's gonna cast plant growth.
Yeah, and you, Umrag is he's sleeping, but they don't tell you that.
He's barging right in. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they let you in. They do not stop you. You guys are basically honored guests at this point, and he jumps out of bed, pretends he's not sleeping, that he was just laying down for a moment, but he's basically in his underwear, socks on. You can see eyes, only one of them's kind of open, but running through it, and then points you in the direction where basically there's some crops around the outside that have been fairly untouched, which is luckily there's a lot of crops around the outskirts of the town.
Nice. So I'm gonna cast the 8-hour plant growth. So it should give them. I'll just cast it now. It's the 8-hour version. That way they get crops it becomes enriched for a year.
Whew. All right.
So, and after that he
Leaves the group.
He disappears. He's gone.
This is
Wow,
this is
there's
D-Shags.
This is D Shags.
There's a lot of people leaving. Okay.
Great exodus, huh?
Gone.
So the rest of you have a good long night's sleep. Waking up very early with the sun, having accomplished a good amount, having well rested. So let me bring you guys over to the home screen so that you guys can handle your long rest accordingly, if you haven't already. Waking up to find a couple people already having risen before you. No big surprise. You don't always wake up together. That's not weird like that. But looking over, seeing Amrook's bed, cot already empty, seeing D. Shaggin's cot empty, and enough initially, all seems fine. You guys feeling the battle from the night before, but no issue. Adrian,
Can I back it
looking
up?
down.
Can I back it up a little bit?
Oh, please, yeah, don't
So-
tell me.
Keldrum doesn't really he since he's an elf, he doesn't really fully sleep. He goes into a trance, and he's semi-conscious most of the time. Is there a chance that he would have seen either D. Shaggins or Amrook leaving in the middle of the night?
I would say.
I would say yeah for Amrook.
I was going to say, unless you guys, however you guys want to do it, if you want to give me a stealth check, the two of you can do that to his perception. If you weren't making any noise, and I mean, hey, he's a new guy, he doesn't know how you guys work. You guys could have just backed up, gave a quick hello, and dropped the note on his bed and gone. So, how do you guys want to handle it, Drew? Or D. Shaggins, knowing this, he's in a bit of a trance. Althea as well. Would you have changed your routine at all? Were you stealthily trying to break out, or just assuming that you'd be back?
No, I just didn't want to wake anybody up, so I'm being silent as much as I can, but yeah, not trying to hide it.
Okay. Anything you as D. Shaggins wakes up and goes? Anything that Keldrum wanted to do?
No, just wanted to clock that. That he, because again, I don't know their routines, or that I just kind of figure, well, he's an early riser or he's about for a walk, so.
Okay. With that, he kind of gives you a little nod, a little vulgar sign, and takes off. And then not long after, you see Amrook also getting up, going about his morning duties quietly, before preparing to leave. Anything else you wanted to do there?
Do I notice anything off about him? Again, not really knowing him very well, but
He left Adrian a note and took his pack and gave you a little nod and left.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
So morning comes. Having seen this, Adrian, you awake. You find a note left on your bed, with the cot's empty. The note, as you read it, is short and essentially to the point, saying, "Heading to Neverwinter. We'll catch up later. I have some things I need to figure out on my own. Signed, Amrook.
Fuck. Well, this is ironic.
About the first
Okay.
time.
Wow.
A little happy-go-lucky music here for the morose scene.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Kind of bummed about this, honestly. He kind of looks around, sees everybody else is starting to kind of wake up, and he turns to Keldrum. Did you see him? Did you see them leave? Yeah, a little bit ago. About how long? About how long ago?
It would have been probably a good 3-4 hours at this point. He left fairly early in the middle of the night. Got him just enough for the long rest. Maybe about 3 hours, we'll say.
Okay. You see Adrian kind of not upset, but kind of bummed. And, is the rest of the crew up at this point?
Yeah, everyone is now stirred. Not really paying attention. Not noticing a difference. Not an issue.
Grizz. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're missing a couple compadres this morning.
No, unfortunately, and you find them, and you just you see Griswold. Even though it's gonna give me 1 minute, give me a couple of minutes, and you see Griswold do what he's typically done before in this, and when he's trying to summon Frank, you see him go. Shield lights up, eyes light up, and he starts. Takes his 10 minutes to summon Frank. And after he does so, it's something isn't right.
Yeah, people have left.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give you to leave him a message for me.
What? Why? What? Are you not?
I too have to part ways.
Adrian, and Griswold's gonna be taken aback because it's like dildo, like okay,
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you like every time that everyone's yelled, "Don't split the party," and we split the party, bad things happen. And then the heavy hitter Emrook just vanishes, and then the healer Adrian, the staples of the part. I'm like, you see Griswold taking it back a little bit.
He turns to Keldrum and he says, "Can you stay with them for a while?" And he's like, "Yeah. This is kind of fun. I haven't been adventuring in a couple decades or so this is kind of fun." Adrian says, "While we were in the cave, and I had briefly left this world. I actually met Sylvanus. I pray to him every day, and I received his words and his message. But this was this was him, and I had thought I wasn't coming to this realm anymore. But he talked to me, and he gave me a new quest. There's a group not dissimilar to like ours, to us, that I have to seek out. They have an item of some power, of some use that we can hopefully that we can hopefully use in this upcoming battle that's being foreseen. So I too have to take my departure this morning and seek out this group. But this will not be last you see of me. And he looks to Chamb3r or Siddle, because Chamb3r can do the same thing. If when you find Imruk, let me know. Make sure he's okay.
I'm just gonna silently nod.
I understand. I'm sad to see you go, but I understand when it comes time for your mission. I get it.
You have you gave me this ring. I feel it is the group's ring, so if you don't mind, I'm going to give this to my brother, and he's going to give the ring of protection to Chamb3r.
Yeah, for sure.
And with that, he
Stay
says
safe.
goodbyes. Reed.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Adra?
I know this goes without saying. Stay out of trouble.
Sir.
No,
Is there
I'll
something
save it for
from
when
the
you get
group
back.
pack?
What was that, Ryan?
I'll save it for when you get back.
Good. I enjoy the fun.
Got to keep you on your toes.
Warwick.
What's up, brother?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Don't you worry. Just say I already have a house here. Just kidding.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be a little disappointed if that were not the case.
I love it. Good luck on your quest.
Thanks. Althea, enjoy that new bow. I hope it works out good for you. You have you're gonna have to take my place in damage, I think.
Do my best.
Oh, this is great. We just lost half the party, and I'm assuming Harshnag's about to peace out too. So we just went from one beefy team to a few glass
We actually
cannons.
have 5 again?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Siddle, keep in touch. I know you can.
Just gonna nod, say absolutely.
And with that, Adrian leaves the tent. See him form into a big elk, not a giant elk, but a large elk, and he just bolts off to the east.
The last you see, Adrian trotting into the distance, the early morning sun. A light fog is out there as the sun begins to rise, not yet broken up, and he disappears into it, heading away from the sea. And Adrian, as quickly as you met him so long ago, disappears. Seeing him one more time, but perhaps not for the last. And with that, the group is a little bit smaller. This day that initially seemed so bright, so optimistic, so hopeful.
So we're gonna call it here and talk about what just happened.
The smaller group exists. Harshnag outside the tent, not hearing any of this. You hear a low grumbling as he seems to wake up. Oh, I needed that.
I'll fill him in. I'll fill him into what just happened, and
Let the man wake
after
up and have
that-
his coffee first. Fuck.
Where's,
all in the hell.
where's Neverwinter compared to where we're at?
40
I'll
Okay,
give
miles.
it
let me put you guys
40
back to the
miles
map
now.
now. Has everyone been able to use the looks like
I don't
Uh,
have
you don't have Keldrum.
Keldrum.
Let me pull you
Yeah.
over. And Reed, you get the benefits of a long rest too.
Dude, my spell is just like fucking doubled. Sweet.
I'll have to clean up the UI on this, but we'll at least get it out there.
We're 40 miles north of Fort Last. Or of Neverwinter, I'm sorry.
So we were gonna head south anyways.
Yeah, we were.
Why is
Yeah.
it showing Amrook you as not full HP? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Just a little delayed reaction. All right. Good delay. All right. That's good. Let's bring you guys over to the map so you can do a little bit of planning.
Oh, and he gave Keldrum couple of things too, non-magical, but will be beneficial to the party, like diamonds.
Nah.
Yeah, that's So I'll fill Harshnag in. And Harshnag, what are your plans?
This has changed my thought process. I felt I must continue on the quest of my own. We each feel that we can put an end to this in our own way. I am convinced finding the Eye of the All-Father to the north is the key to ending it. The Oracle will guide me, tell the way. The information provided will be innumerable and invaluable to what we need to end this war. The ability to speak to a conduit of Anam himself, the god of the giants, will provide. However, I do not yet know exactly where that is. I had intended to depart you here. However, with this exodus, I feel as though perhaps I should travel with you, but a small amount further, before we say our departures and go our separate ways.
Don't feel guilted by us at Harsh.
I shall not feel guilted. I shall come to Neverwinter with you, and then depart from there. There is a site that I've learned of that I was heading to before you called me. To the east of Gauntlgrim, on the other side of Neverwinter Wood. I believe the secret to finding the Eye of the All-Father may be there, and may guide me to what I hope to be the end of this war. I shall head there soon.
Sounds good to me.
We appreciate it, Harshnag. That's for sure. Your presence is more than welcome in this group. But I understand that your quest will cause us to depart at some time. But if we can cleanse this land of evil together, that's always fun. And I give him a little nudge.
As we shall. He's gonna give you a little nudge back and hit a little too hard, push you over a bit.
I'm just gonna fall over fly like 10 feet. Baby giant.
And he's gonna come up. Reed, might I ask you something? Do you have any more of those pears? They look delectable.
Awesome.
I'm gonna look around, grab another pear out of my backpack, hand it to him. I'm gonna give him two. I'm gonna give him 2 pears.
He is going to give you one of his platinums that you gave him earlier. I think this shall suffice.
Yeah, those seem equivalent. Yep. I'm gonna take the platinum, put it in my pocket. Pleasure doing business with you, Harsh. For reference, I put one in my front pocket and one in my back pocket when you said there were abundance of pairs.
Yes. Yeah, no, I would say you even could fit a few more in your bag if you wanted to. You could probably fit a good dozen in there if you had to.
I only took a handful. I'm a small man. It's like 1/36 of my body weight.
That is true.
I mean, I don't want this to since things are coming back in to Port Last. I certainly don't want this to hold up the party, but I'd love to go back to. I think we did find a merchant in Port Last, did we not?
You did. Yep.
I just want to see if they have any diamonds worth about 300 gold pieces. Real quick. That's the only thing I'm looking to do in town. If not, I can hold my shit.
Yeah. And keep in mind, remember this merchant that you found that you got a potion from was a little back alley, little shady, little questionable nature, tiny little nook in the back of a shop. So
never mind, I forgot. Wrong one.
If you're looking for a Zales or a Jared's, probably not going to do it.
Come on. or it's like a. Yeah. All right. Never mind. I retract that because I forgot about that one.
Just
forgot. Yeah, no, that's it.
We'll probably find better things in Neverwinter. Definitely in Waterdeep.
I'll look at the group and so I guess it's to Neverwinter then. Is that an agreement?
Yep.
I'm good to go.
All right. I think we start marching our happy asses down to Neverwinter.
Yep.
All right.
Copy spells and stuff as we're traveling.
So if you were traveling by cart and you could just ride, yes. If you were doing nothing else, but while you're actually walking along this trail, since you guys don't have horses or anything, or things, even if you'd be riding, you're basically trying to do it while walking. So you're either paying attention or not. So it'd be brutal. Technically, no. If you want a ship or something, yes. So in the near future, potentially. Now, nothing stops you from camping out for various points in time for extended times, and reducing that or extending the travel time, but allowing you to do more along the way. So that is entirely up to you on how you travel.
Riding on, we should probably get horses to go down.
And there wasn't much around here, and even if you were riding on horses, I started to speak incorrectly there. It would be you'd still have to maintain on riding the horse. Now you're also 38 miles away. It's basically a day and a half walk at a normal pace.
Yeah,
that ain't bad.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah, you're getting an early start, so yeah, you can knock it out in a day and a half.
Yeah, I say we head down to Neverwinter then.
Yeah, I say we get as close as we can, coach out, and then finish the rest, the last half day or something.
Stay along the main road.
Yeah, roughly. So all depends on what we run across, though. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was making notes. How long is the travel?
Day and a half.
It's about a day and a half. It's 38 miles by trail, and you're getting a really early start to this day. So yeah, day and a half, day and 3/4 for the most part.
I'm all good.
We travel normal pace.
Keep it on.
Main road.
Yep.
Head down to Neverwinter.
Yep. Let's. I'm good for doing it to it. If that's cool with everyone.
Okay. So you guys just packing up, leaving town?
I'll send a. I'll find someone that is in the army. And send a little note to Umrag just to let him know that we're heading on down to Neverwinter, and more than likely we're heading on down to further south to Candlekeep at some point for some extended business, but that hopefully we will make our way back up here and hope to speak to him soon.
So as you guys prepare to leave the town, word starts to spread very quickly. Seeing you guys packing up, seeing you coming out with your full gear and aligning. Obviously, Harshnag does not blend in well. They see him packing up a few things that he has, and the crowd begins to stir. You begin seeing people from the town making their way over to this southern corner of it, gathering quickly. And the first one throws you off guard. It's an older woman, appears to be some elvish in nature, but also an odd blend. You think you see a little bit of maybe some orc somewhere deep in their lineage. Yeah, approaching with a basket and coming over, putting it down at your feet, Reed, since you're the closest that individual point, and looking at all of you and just offering a warm felt thank you. Thank you. And as you look in it, you find a few loaves of bread, some cured meats, some other vegetables, some apples, some pears that are not quite as good as the ones you just had.
Good berries? Do we have good berries?
There are berries in there. Look like some locally gathered blackberries, but no good berries. And as this crowd continues to form, you see she steps back into this crowd and thanking you. You see kind of a tear come to her eye. You see some others. You see men coming. One of them puts a dozen arrows that are bundled up at your feet. Another woman coming over, putting some various ales, a small cask of an ale at your feet. Another one, a whiskey coming over there, and just then you see another bringing flowers. Some kids running up, putting some items at your feet, and this just slowly begins to build around you as the town says their thank yous, their appreciation, their adoration of the group, the Phandalin Phive. They bow their heads in appreciation.
Shit. That's pretty awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Certainly not expected. That was...
It's going to be hard to carry all this.
Oh, all right. Let me write this down.
I'm going to pick up a loaf of bread and a pear and give it to Harshnag. I'm going to take some cured meats.
And as you look at Harshnag, you see Harshnag looks a bit emotional. He is unexpectedly welcome here, which is different to him. He appears to be struggling with how to process this information with this welcoming. He's touched. He tries to hide it, tries to brush it away, turns quickly and begins marching off. But you can tell it caught him pretty good.
As he marches off, I'm gonna say, "Harsh, the tears will make the bread softer."
He's gonna give you a little wave. Yeah, he is going. Give me a dexterity check.
Oh shit! Shit.
It's gonna be worse than the rock that hits me.
Death by pair.
Do you want a saving throw or do you want just a dex check?
Just a check. Just a dex check. So you see his hand as he after you say this, a Harsh kind of wraps it around underneath his arm over here, not so slightly, and gives a little flick as you see a ball bearing shoot past the side of your body. You manage to duck out of the way quickly. He's gonna look over and you see a little smirk on his face.
I give him a smirk back and a little nod.
And he's going to continue on his way, walking away from town as the rest of the town continues to just wave to you, to greet you, to imbue you guys with these extras. Before a young kid comes up that you recognize that you met at the start of town whenever you first came.
Yep.
Running up to you guys with his shield and his small sword in place. And he's just going to kneel down, have his sword placed against the ground onto one hand, his shield in the other, bow his head. I shall defend the town while you're gone. Thank you.
What's the main commander's name?
Umrog?
Is Umrog present?
He is not actually. He's not part of this town gathering.
All right, then I'm just gonna turn to the team and say, This is the kids. These are the kids they're sending in, huh?
I'm gonna hand him a sling from the that we got from the Bellathar lair. Because we picked them off the kobolds, just a regular sling. Add this to your arsenal, little one.
So
This
one of
was
the slings from the regular ones, or one of the slings from the Blitzbolts?
one of the regular ones. We'll hand him one of the. Yeah. He might hurt himself with something magical because he doesn't know how to do that. I'll give him a regular one. Add this to your arsenal. This was from the Bellathar lair. I'll get down real close. Tell your friends you found it from the crazies, the nightmares that were in the lair. You can talk it up a bit. Yeah, just between me and him, and I'll hand him the sling.
He's gonna take it and slowly hide it underneath the shield.
Yeah, and I'll nod and yeah, walk on out.
All right, and with that, you guys are free to leave town. We'll
Gee,
get a little bit of a standing ovation.
No need for a response on this. Response on this one. Did you get my messages for the?
I did. You almost have a response momentarily. Sorry.
No, there's no push. I just want to make sure it went through. No urgency.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think we'll just start heading out. Probably normal pace to Neverwinter on the main road.
All right. Leaving the town early, all a bit emotional after this event. You guys turn and begin making your way to the south. The road empty. A few of you hoping just maybe, to run across D-Shags, Amrook, Adrin, anybody perhaps coming on this way that you can cross paths with, catch up. Maybe find them camping on the side of the road and have one more night with some of this newly acquired ale or whiskey. However, no sign of any of them. They have disappeared. You guys head once again on the high road, heading south. Fairly open this time of day, and considering the dangers of travel in these common times, less used than they used to be. You make good progress from Port Last, heading south towards Neverwinter, running across nobody. The day goes on, each of you lost in your own thoughts from what has progressed the last few days, weeks, months, and the trip goes by fairly quickly. And you guys travel a good 24 miles without incident on the high road. As you do so, being able to set up a nice camp, we will skip some of the formality here so we can keep things moving. A safe camp right next to the high road. The night goes by without incident. Is there anything that you guys want to do while you are camped out?
I'm just gonna keep studying spells.
Okay.
I'm spell.
I'm actually going to partner up with D Shaggins because I've got some questions.
Shaggins is no longer here.
Oh, not yet. I'm sorry. I'm at Warwick. I'm sorry.
It's like, man, were you like sleeping the last?
Yep. Nope. My bad. Warwick.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go up to Warwick because he's no.
I'm listening. Sorry, I had to close the door.
I imagine we have a fire going. I'm just gonna play the bone flute and
skin flute.
You do have a fire going. Nice. You guys feel relatively safe here. As close as you are to Neverwinter, 10, 15 miles out. You have still 6 of you there. There's not much you can't handle. So yeah, you can play pretty much to your heart's content. And for that matter, you do so. You pretty much you don't hold back. You have nearly mastered it. The sounds echo, the acoustics within this area that you camped are phenomenal. Please, sorry, go ahead, Ready.
I was gonna say I gave myself advantage on that since we had a fire going. We had good parting ways. We had good vibes going.
I was gonna say, you take advantage on that. And so the music carries far and wide. The acoustics are fantastic where you are. This melody lightens up what has been a tough day and week. What kind of tune are you playing here? What is the melody like?
Have you ever heard Brendan's Death Song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers? An upbeat, somber melody.
All right, that well captures the mood of the event, and it seems to bring optimism to each of you in the party. You're able to put a little bit about what happened behind you, the concern for fellow party members, the concern for yourselves, the ongoing troubles of the world. For a small period of time, while it still exists, you see a positive outlook ahead of you to the soft melodies of Reed on the bone flute.
I'm gonna pull Warwick aside. Warwick, question. I saw some interesting things in that cave, but how did you come back?
I'm going to be writing in my spell book, and Warwick's just going to look up at him nonchalantly, no real emotion on his face, and Grizz, I don't know. For the first time in a long time, I'm confused. No idea what happened. I was going towards the light. I saw this freaky little goblin that was jumping around all nimbly bimbly, excited.
Nimbly
You see Griswold just like smirk a little bit. Griswold smirks a little bit.
And then all of a sudden it stopped. And this dark, ominous voice came to me and basically gave me a choice of life or death. Not sure who the voice was. Somebody that I don't recognize. And they basically told me that they weren't done with me. They wanted to use my services. And if I agreed, they would let me live. So I took it. I'm not sure what it means, and I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I don't know.
I'm going to look back at him and say, I'm going to do something, and...
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
I don't know how this is going to be. How this is going to end. And you just see Griswold, very similar. Griswold's eyes are going to light up white, and Griswold is going to, without question, cast Detect Evil and Good.
All right.
No, I'm not gonna give Warwick a chance. I'm just casting.
Oh. Yeah.
Look, I don't know. I don't know.
So you
Griswold,
sense Frank.
Go ahead. Yes.
You sense Frank nearby, stalking. So you know the spell works. You know what you should be feeling. However, nothing else seems to register to you. The lone presence of Frank is all that comes back. Although an ominous feeling resonates in your gut.
Shit. All right. I'm not gonna let Warwick know that. I had to do it. I don't sense any. I just cast. I'm able to detect things that are celestial and evil in nature, and I don't think you're cursed, or something. I wanted to see just to make sure you're okay, but
Well,
I don't know.
We have to keep in mind that in order to stop Nisana, I also gave her my blood. So it's very well possible that it has something to do with her.
Is Keldrum up at this point? Keldrum's an elf, so he's up.
Yeah.
Is Keldrum near?
Can be. Yeah, he's somewhere near.
Keldrum, I this is actually an interesting question here. Keldrum, Warwick brings up an interesting point that maybe it was evil, but I have to ask, outside of Warwick being resurrected, without doubt, you appeared out of nowhere and knew where we were. How?
We're both working for the same person.
What's that?
We're both working for the same person. We're gonna kill you all. Slam or
Yep.
I've known, I knew where you guys were at through Adrian. I was watching him, scrying upon him, and as I mentioned to Siddle, I happened to.
What is scrying? You see Griswold just kind of get a little weary first. I'm like, what is? Not like hesitant towards Eldrum, but just what is scrying? What?
It's being able to, kind of see what other people are doing. Kind of being, spying on other people. Is really watching other people.
And I mean, is there a way to get better at that to enhance and you see that Griswold's starting to maybe like, not saying that Keldrum's doing something with Warwick here, but like someone did something to Warwick and it's not shifting right, and then Keldrum's like, hey, I've been spying on you guys. Like, is someone doing the same thing to to Warwick over here? Keldrum,
that is so possible.
And if someone had someone's blood, is that good, or like does that help scrying, or is that bad?
I'm sure it probably helps.
You see Griswold just
actually, yes, it does help.
You see Griswold just say, "Fuck." And he turns over to Siddle and Warwick at this point.
Siddle's sleeping, right? Siddle's out.
Siddle's out. Right.
Yeah.
This is bad.
That definitely could be something.
Keldrum, is there a way to protect against this?
There is magics against being divined upon. I don't think it's anything that I can help with though right now. It's a temporary thing. There's magic items out there that help prevent being scryed upon and divined upon, but you got to know where to look for those. Places
Griswold...
like Neverwinter and Waterdeep, though, especially Waterdeep, is strewn with magical items, and it's a really big city. We might be able to find something there if we know where to look.
Griswold's going to hone into his divine senses, and he's going to cast divine sense to see if he picks up on any more a stronger sense of evil, or anything. Knowing that detect good and evil is similar, but I'm going to try to pick up on anything because my gut's telling me something's off, and I'm going to see if anything is crazy. Let me. Why is this not letting me? There we go. It's probably very actually, I'm reading it probably literally the same thing. So, yeah, that's the same thing. Never mind. All right. I don't know if it'll help me pick up anything.
Celestial Fiend, undead within 60 feet. Yeah, Frank continues to sense it. Yeah, nothing that registers to you.
Yeah, all right. You just see Griswold's gonna get quiet.
How about the last part of that? How about the last part of that where it says also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated?
That's a good one. That is not in detect good and evil, I don't believe.
So you should be fine. I'll admit I don't know the full. So when would it be? I might have to get you some information on that.
No
I've
worries.
got to think. Under what situation would something be consecrated or desecrated? That's what I'm just trying to understand. So consecration.
I would think if there was an item that was, I don't want to say cursed, but had bad juju with it, might light up.
All right. I'll dig a little further into that, but right off the bat, nothing applies to you. You sense nothing further. Certainly none of the people within the area.
Griswold's just gonna get a little quiet. We should make our way to Neverwinter. We have many other things that we need to take care of. And Griswold's gonna go in. Griswold's gonna go off, and he's gonna pray. He's gonna go to bed and pray.
Griswold, before you do you have questions that you need answers? That perhaps a divine being might be able to provide answers to?
I have many questions, but I do have contact with Gabriel, the archangel who's given myself and my bloodline these righteous oath to avenge. I've not tried to look for other answers from anyone else other than Gabriel, although I do have questions.
All right, I will keep that in mind. Perhaps maybe when we're in Neverwinter, we can, or in Waterdeep, we can revisit this. I have something that maybe we can try. I've yet to try this. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Dope. I appreciate that, Keldrum. Thank you. We said Siddle was in bed, right?
Yes. I mean, you can catch him in between sleeps if you want. So I'll still allow the little bit of contact there. And you guys had campfire chat too, so you guys could have handled some stuff during that. So that's why I kind of threw a broad stroke out there of what do you guys want to do during your downtime. So let's assume that you have some crossover.
I'll walk over to Siddle as the last thing. And Siddle, do you remember when I asked if you could send a message for me at some point?
I do. Which time?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Griswold asked about a lot of message. We sent a message to Arshnag off of a description of him. I'm hoping that maybe you could do the same for me, but my father. It seems that
the party. Side quests galore, folks.
Hey, just so you,
First.
Griswold's not going to be here in the morning.
The only thing is that they have to recognize me. I think. What's the? Let me look at the exact wording.
We did allow
they would recognize you. Harshnag did not necessarily. You guys were able to convince him, but if they know you, they recognize you. You can do so based on recognition of them.
Yes, I can send that message. Just let me know what you want me to say.
I'll describe. I have a bad feeling that these evils are growing deep, and since we're going to places of
family in Baldur's Gate.
Intense magic, that maybe having some information in these places might be beneficial. So I'll explain to him what my father Gerald looks like. Well, I'll skip that. But yeah, I'll explain to him what he looks like, and I'll just say, if you could try to reach out and tell him that this is a friend of Amrook. or a friend of Amrook, Jesus, a friend of Griswold. Sorry, a friend of Griswold. Griswold is looking for you. You have 25. You have limited words.
Yeah.
Basically, you're a friend of Griswold. Griswold's looking for you. And where are you? Are you safe? And see, well, are you here? Are you here? How old are you? But yeah, you're a friend of Griswold. He's looking for you. And are you? Where are you? Are you safe? And see what happened.
All right, if that's it, I'm sending it.
Yep. That's it. That's many other things, but we'll get to that.
Okay. You send this off into the void, not knowing what to expect or what you may hear, what response you may get. It's been many years. It's almost a hope and a prayer that you will hear something back. Some time passes, nothing occurs. Before Siddle, you sense a response. You get a response.
Oh fuck. Oh my god.
The response is not what you're used to or you'd hoped it would be. You hear something. You hear a noise that reaches you, that pierces you to your core, that if you'd heard it from outside, it may have blown out your eardrum. However, this one returns to you almost within your senses. The noise is initially extremely loud, extremely powerful and piercing, almost giving you a splitting headache. You see a blinding light. It's so loud and powerful. Before you hear not words, although you think you can sense a pattern amongst them, you hear what sounds almost like barking canines. At one point, over the overlaying sounds of a rough and tumultuous ocean wave crashing amongst the rocks of shore, you hear the swarm of nasty, angry hornets ripping amongst you, all of which continuously changing, overlapping, fading, coming back, a pattern existing but not. Before you hear one thing almost amongst all of this, just barely, you can just kind of make it out. You're pretty sure that it's common, that it's words. You hear, I can't hold it off much longer.
Fuck.
And that's it.
All right.
He looks at Grizz and says, "Your dad said hi. Everything's fine."
That's good. Daddy loves you.
Yeah. I'm sure I had a bit of a look of terror on my face during this whole thing that would have been rather obvious. And I'm just going to come up at the end and say, I don't know where he's at, but it sounds like he's in trouble.
This is Garrett's plan the whole time. I'm just going to lay little breadcrumbs and split everybody. Man,
Hey, just call me Johnny Appleseed. I'm just
fucking love it.
tossing those babies as I go.
Well, hearing that, bye, Griswold. See you later.
How's that plan going for you, Grizz?
I'm feeling more like a DM right now. That's what it is. It's like, oh, you fuckers decided to do this. Just okay. All right. Hold on a sec. Oh my goodness. Griswold's taken aback. You can see he's fighting between rage and concern to an extent. Like he wants to like go eat something but he doesn't know what to do. His eyes are going to start to glow red at this point instead of white. He's going to go over to the nearest tree, and like you just see this divine energy just like kind of pouring out of Griswold, and he's just start like racking at this tree, just kind of letting off some steam. I'm thinking about what is it? Link in the Vampire Slayer, where he like puts an axe through and like chops a whole tree down. I think your Griswold just like punches through, not eats through like everyone's thinking. It's not go eat a tree this time. And you just see him kind of fall to his knees and just kind of catch himself, and just kind of he's not sure what to do at the moment, and he's just gonna take a minute, and he's gonna end up you see him open himself up a little bit, and he'll end up saying a few words, kind of open, but also in prayer, I guess, to Gabriel, but a handful of things, and that'll be Frank. I imagine Frank would come over and try to see if he's all right, but yeah, Griswold's conflicted at the moment, pretty bad.
So that's ongoing. Does anyone else want to do anything during this overnight? Any other plans? Any other thoughts?
I'm stopping the spell and getting some sleep. Not worried about anything.
Playing some tunes. That's it.
All right. So as this goes on, the night passes without incident. You guys wake up the next morning, bright and early. The full team there. Harshnag doesn't appear to have slept much, keeping a close eye around camp. Guard, as well as a bit of a weary eye on each of you, wondering who may or may not leave next. However, you guys wake up in the morning, all quiet. Harsh is going to come over to Grizz, having heard what happened last night, but not wanting to interrupt them seeing your outburst. He's going to put his big, meaty hand on your shoulder, which doesn't look as big. I can only imagine your rage. I understand what it's like to be left by family. You must contain it and not let it drive you. Look around. You have new family now. You must care for them, and they will care for you.
Griswold's going to get a sense of himself a little bit and just kind of nod. It was my oath to protect the world from this evil, just as my father and the many before him. It seems that my father's quest to do so is fallen to something evil. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure that maybe we can find some information in Neverwinter. I would have also been probably studying the map of the fissures that you gave out many moons ago. So I will review that and see how close it is. I think it's closer to Waterdeep at that point, not Neverwinter, but I'll review that.
Chamb3r would be probably the nearest one. I believe there may be some down further to the south on the map.
Yeah, I'll review that in a little bit, but yeah, Griswold, just keep it quiet, just nod and just pack up his stuff and get ready to continue on. It's crazy.
All right. Well, continuing southward, you guys make your way down towards Neverwinter, where, as the day goes on, you can't help but think this is where it all began, where the Phandalin Phive first came together so many months ago for a simple delivery on behalf of a fairly unknown dwarf. Just delivery of goods into a small town of Phandalin. And yet here you are, coming back, aged, worn, more well-trained, coming into Neverwinter different men than you left it. Some of you more well-clothed, other of you not so much. But you approach the town of Neverwinter as the day goes on, maybe around 3 o'clock. A little bit of an overcast day, but you can't help but see Neverwinter as it approaches in the distance. A city of magnificent size. At one time, known as the Jewel of the North. Known as the Jewel of the North. You saw, however, the first time you were through the ruins that had occurred from the eruption of Mount Hotnow. It was 50 years ago, and yet still echoes in everything the town has. So many buildings lost at the time. Construction still continued ongoing. So many structures being built. Still, you can still see the ongoing efforts, the partial buildings, the new ones erupting, the combinations of the two, high rises going up to a greater scale, and you guys approach the outer walls, some of it still lying in ruin, several of the outside neighborhoods still remaining abandoned, some of the ash existing over this, plants ruined, previously farms that were well managed, no longer in present, overgrown, run down, the building's going, and yet the jewel sits in front of you, in many ways as immaculate as ever. And with that, the gates wide open, as there are no concerns at the moment, however well guarded from the outside. You enter this massive city with open arms. However, as you approach the city, the winter wall, the walls, without issue, Harshnag pauses, comes to a stop, looking with trepidation towards this city, before getting each of your attention. Gentlemen, there are few cities that have ever welcomed me with open arms. I do not do well there, nor they with me. I have found it best that if you want peace within these cities, for me not to enter the walls. I think, for now, this is where our journey must go our separate ways. You've arrived safely. I've seen and trust that you can handle yourselves. You do not need me from here. I must go about my own way to stop this war. I hope I'm able to do so. I hope I may survive it. But alas, I must try. I must stop my brethren. Prevent them from taking down cities like this. What the small men, what you folk have been able to do, these monuments to greatness. I cannot let that fall. I shall head north to the Star Meadow Hills and see if I can find the Eye of the Allfather. I wish you best in your quest. Each of you. And he's going to go line by line to each of you, person by person, nodding with respect. I have fought with many great adventurers. I have fought for many years. I can say I have never had the honor of fighting with finer men than yourselves. Ladies, he's going to look out the gender neutral here. I am...
It's good. It's good.
You, your reputation truly precedes you and will be spoken in infamy. Thank you for letting me fight beside you. Thank you for taking me along the way. Thank you for letting me be one of you for a time. It means a great deal. And he's gonna, again, come up to each of you, give you each a deep bow in respect, and he's gonna come to come to Warwick. And he comes up to Warwick.
Yes, he is.
He's going to slip you a small piece of paper. It's folded up. You asked once at the beginning of this whether I knew of any troves that may be of interest, of some items that could be useful to assist you in this ongoing effort for war. If you ever end up near the Great Peak Mountains, you may want to follow this map. I have a bit of a trove there that is a backup should I need it. You may find some of the items useful. As he hands it to you, you take a look, and it's a fairly detailed map over north of Lork, south of the Chamb3r Vale, the Great Peak Mountains, with a notation deep within the mountains of an area that looks unexplored up the river. And he's going to give you a nod. Gentlemen, with that, I must bid you adieu. Thank you.
As he's leaving, I'm gonna say, "You'll always be one of us, Harsh." And those pears are right outside that cave we were in.
Good to know. I believe you dropped this. And he's going to hand you a small sack. In that small sack, there are 18 ball bearings and 3 platinum pieces that you'd given him previously.
Shit.
Returned to you.
I'm going to take the platinum pieces and tell him to hold on to the ball bearings. He may need them.
In that case, I shall. And he will pocket the ball bearings. And if you could, please deliver a message to me, for me, to Amrook, to Adrin, to D. Shaggins. Let them know they were some of the finest men I've ever traveled with. And with that, he's going to turn and begin stomping away. You can feel the vibrations of his feet that you've gotten so used to now as he begins making his way to the northeast, east-northeast, through the hills, heading towards the far-off distance of Neverwinter Woods, the Star Meadow Hills. And Harshnag has departed.
This session's some bullshit, man.
We literally have 5. We have 5 people. But we need to find Ambra.
We got rid of Harsh. Yeah.
The true Phandalin 5 exists.
4, 5.
We got rid of Harsh. It's 6.
Oh, you're not there.
Aldrum.
You're not
Wait,
there.
we can't hear you.
You're missing out the other. You still have Althea, you're 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Settle
Come on,
and
man.
Althea. Settle and
Oh
Althea.
yeah, okay. You're right. Keldrum, Warwick, Reed, yeah. Okay, you're right. 6 of you.
I forgot about Caldrum.
Just because I'm quiet doesn't mean I don't exist.
You were stealth, we didn't know.
Yeah.
So-
So we're so stealth.
On
I'm
that note, you see Keldrum reach for his amulet, and he mutters some incantations, and the last words you hear is Amrook Magnamail? Is that what it was? Is that your last name?
Yep.
Close enough, yeah. Magma Mail.
And I'm going to cast a locate creature. Since he said we will see him in Neverwinter. And it lasts for an hour, and I should be able to sense him whenever he is within 1,000 feet of me.
Fuck.
Within 1,000 feet, okay. And that is concentration up to 1 hour.
Yep.
And you do not yet sense anything.
Amrook didn't show up to Neverwinter, let's be honest. He went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Fucking Lotus.
He's a doppelganger. That fuck.
He's a doppelganger.
Fuck
Fuck you,
Carl.
Amrook.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Carl. Well, we have many of these things in this pack. I feel like we should probably get rid of them, just to lighten the load a little bit. I'd like to go into Neverwinter and try to find a merchant to get rid of some of the items that we found, and so we can deepen the pockets of the group to buy the things we need. You know, we found some figurines and shit. Every time Griswold reaches in the group pack, I know it's supposed to be if he thinks of it, but Griswold's like, oh fuck, hold on, there's something shiny in there. Like, you know, he's getting all flustered at this point. So he's like, we just need to get rid of this shit. Because Griswold is, you know, he gets confused easy. So Griswold's like, we need to get rid of this so we need to bolster up our defenses so we can, you know, get the things we need. And we have a lot of figurines and shit.
Yeah, and I would say you're very easily able to find numerous stores of various degrees of reputation within this town that you can bargain accordingly and begin to get fairly good value out of most of it. Might I suggest, as we're now right at midnight, and we're entering town with some various options. What do you say we pick up with the shopping and selling first thing next week before we get into the nuances of it? Because I imagine that you'll be more interested in doing some shopping as well beyond just this.
Yeah, for sure.
And that way we can actually call it a reasonable night with a pure midnight stop and a little weird because it hasn't been done in a while, but a no battle session, but an emotional roller coaster at that.
He's excited. He's happy. Everyone's gone. Fuck him.
I mean, there still was a kill given for Reed.
Yes, I have it.
Yeah, Reed still got the kill. That's true. There was a small battle. I can't say that. You're absolutely right.
And some healing for Adrian, and
Poo.
I will add it to the previous battle, though.
All right. Not its own battle. Not Reed shows up.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I'm just, you know what, fuck it.
And with that, let's wind it down. Thank you for joining, everyone, and I look forward to the next one. Things are going to start happening now.